is Dave with the Prepper Book Show, and I have a book that a lot of people haven't heard of, and it's a shame because this guy is brilliant. I read this book a couple years ago, and I've read it a couple times since then. And I tell you, when I get in conversations with people, you know, his concepts come up, and has served me well, right? If you're only going to have one philosophy, economics, you know, historical reference book, then this should be it. And that's not really what this book is about, but this is it. Starving the Monkeys by Tom Ball, right? And it's a little politically incorrect a little bit, but the basic premise is employees can suck the life out of entrepreneurs, right? You know, employees that come in and, you know, they want a paycheck, right? And how not to be, you know, one of those cogs in the wheel, you know, monkey type. I want to go in, I want to get my job, I want to get paid, but I really don't care about producing for the company, right? And it's pretty cool because it starts out, you know, giving you his historical reference point. And basically, the first bit of this book, he's took Wealth of Nations, which is another awesome book. It's just a little hard to read. And he broke it down using cavemen, you know, how we got the concept of tithing, how we got modern religion, how we started bartering, you know, having communities and rules, how credit started, how people started domesticating animals and plants and specializing, right? You got a little guy who's really fast, you know, and he goes catches squirrels, he can catch a whole lot of squirrels. You got a big guy that is good at breaking tree limbs down, he can break a lot of firewood. But if the little guy tries to break firewood, he's not very good at it. It takes him all day to get a couple sticks. Whereas the big, huge, hulking guy tries to catch squirrels, you know, he runs around all day and doesn't catch a single squirrel. And so by bartering, by both people giving each other or trading with each other what they're good at doing, you know, it builds value and saves time, because the little guy can go catch 10 squirrels, you know, in 4 hours, right? He eats 5, he trades 5 to firewood. The big guy can get, you know, enough firewood for 2 fires in 4 hours, you know, so he gives it off. You know, so having an 8-hour workday where you're running around trying to catch squirrels and you're big and you can't do it, and you end up with no squirrels, right? You get to spend half the day and end up with enough squirrels to eat and enough firewood, and vice versa, you know. And how commerce is freedom, how it is building value, building wealth. You know, how nobody forces you to buy stuff. You go to the Burger King and you buy a hamburger. The people at Burger King, you know, hamburgers aren't very valuable to them. Your money's more valuable than a hamburger. But when you're hungry, that hamburger's worth more than your money. And so you both trade and you both gain value, you gain wealth. And these are the kind of concepts that are great. I go to this guy's website, read a lot of his articles. He's got a really great one called When Is It Time to Shoot the Colonels, talking about military training and how the military works. You know, great book. Can't really say enough about it. It's very entertaining. There's some parts in it that are very funny. A lot of parts where you're like, darn, that's true, right? Or I never thought of it that way. It gives you a lot of additional reading assignments, right, to follow, tutorial materials. You know, if you read this book and you do all the assignments, and you know they're not assignments. It's like read the book how to fix, you know, how to wire a house, or read Wealth of Nations or whatever. Internet research the Fisher-Tropsch process, or research sulfuric acid and its importance to civilization. You know, it's not things that you have to do to read the book, but if you do this stuff, man, it's a freaking college degree in a book, right? In the way the world works, right? I'm a big fan of this, and not a lot of people know about it, and I hate that, right? So I really think that you should get this book, and I think you need to look up Tom Ball, and go to his website and read some of his articles. Right, this guy was, you know, military service academy graduate, Marine Corps, air ground, combat controller type guy in Desert Storm, able to keep all the planes and all the missions running in his head. Right, became a inventor, publisher, author, and a consultant, engineer, all sorts of stuff. This guy is the real deal, and it's a great book. So here you go, Starving the Monkeys by Tom Ball, and I really think you should look at this. Can't tell you about it enough. And until next time, you can always catch it online, www.purplebookshelf.com.